Welcome to the Nerd Party.
I'm Darren Moser.
I'm Philip Gilfus.
I'm Daniel Prue.
And this is City Alpha 3.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to City Alpha 3, a Star Trek podcast here on the Nerd Party Network. I'm your host, Daniel Prue, and joining me as always are my two good buddies, Darren and Philip. Guys, how was your week?
Yeah, it's doing well. I've been still making my way through. I feel like I should just say Star Trek because that's what it's called. And then, like, oh, you mean the animated series? Like, yeah, but it's called Star Trek. But Star Trek, the animated series. In season 2, I'm trying to remember what I just watched. But anyway, I think I'll go on episode 3 or 4. So, The Practical Joker. That's what I watched. Where it has the holodeck, but of course, you have to ignore that, I guess. Because there's stuff that, like, I mean, the whole, like, oh, is it canon or not? It's like, no, I mean, it is. But then, like, they do something like that, and you're like, well, maybe not that far. But anyway, other than that.
Yeah, I came across that really cool animated short trek, whatever they were calling them. I forget. But the one where it's like computer freeze program, like Inception, and it's still, I think, the funniest one of those that they made. It's just they kept going, and you got so many different. It's like Neelix, and every time you think like, okay, this is it, like this is the end, and then it goes like one step further, and you're like, oh my gosh, that was such a funny one.
I need to rewatch that musical one because that one was funny.
Oh, the Rhapsody.
No, with the Riker and
they're all making fun of each other. The animated one where they're making fun of each other.
Very short track.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes. That's right. Very
last
short
one.
tracks. That was the great name. I couldn't remember.
Yes.
Very short tracks.
Well, we did get, I'm not sure if you guys saw or not, but we did get the full trailer for Star Trek, the final season, Discovery, season 5. And there's the cat is still there, I guess, and the boyfriend, and also they have a magic puzzle box. And I saw that, and I'm like, nope, I'm out. I'm sorry. I'm just like, I'm not going to do it. I don't care. I'm just like, nah, I don't. So, but anyways, for anybody who's excited, that is coming, and it's coming pretty soon, right? I don't think we're too far away from it at this point. It's just a few weeks, maybe. Is it March or is it April? I can't remember.
April, I think.
Is it? But
yeah, it's, and look, I'm not going to complain. That's not the time for this. But like, I'm just thinking, like, I'm trying to remember if they've had consistent showrunners for like the past 2 years. Like, I know they haven't since the beginning, but because it's a big mystery every time, which I know we kind of make fun of, but like without making fun of it, okay. But like that's what you've done for the past 2 seasons, and it's like we're going to do it again. I don't know. It's just like. I would even think like, oh, let's just have a big character thing. Like, oh, we go into Michael's past or future or the relation. Like, you could go character. We don't have to do mystery box every season.
Well, although, I don't know. It's interesting because, I mean, I haven't watched season 4 of Discovery, and I'm on the fence if I'm going to watch season 5. But I don't know. I don't want to harp on it too much because, I mean, look at the other shows. Prodigy has a huge mystery thread throughout it of like, what's where did the protostar come from? Like, what is this, mysterious virus and all this stuff. And then you have Lower Decks. Also, even every season you had the Pakled mystery. You had, that weird ship mystery. But I'm not letting Discovery off the hook because it's hard to put into words, but it's like there's a right way and a wrong way to go about like a season spanning super mystery. I mean, Picard did so I'm not saying it's Discovery's fault or, Discovery shouldn't do that. But if they're going to do that, maybe there are better ways to do it. And I don't know what those ways are. But
I mean, part of the problem with Discovery is right. It keeps escalating too. Like it's always like a universe-ending, entire warp drive folding.
Yeah,
some silliness and it's just like this is what, and then they are so hyper focused on it. It just leaves little room for anything else. So it's just like, I don't know. It's just too much for me.
Because I think I'm saying a good thing. I think the thing about Discovery is it has the characters, and I don't mean literally or individual, but broadly, it has the characters of Deep Space Nine. Like, there's so many to play with who you have, because they're very diverse. I mean, I'm not even just saying diverse as in diverse, but like, you have people from the future, you have people from the original Discovery past, you have non-Starfleet people like Booker, you have people from very different perspectives in this universe, not even just in real life. And there's so much to play with just that dynamic, and I just feel like they get lost, this great characters that they've built, into just mystery box, and it's like, I don't know,
It's also really frustrating when, and again, this is just taking this from the trailer. So, but I also recognize that this is a pattern of behavior for Discovery. So I don't feel too bad about assuming that this is. But they have this super duper advanced technology, and this tiny little box can't be figured out by all these computers and scans and smart people, and I'm just like, I just instantly was like, nah, nope, I'm out. I just can't handle this. It's too much. It's too much for my brain. So that's fine. I mean, it's just not for us. It's for some people, and I hope they're excited. And I am curious how it's going to end. I'll probably, definitely, almost certainly watch the last episode at least, just to see what happens. I'm curious if they're going to bring them back or they're just going to be in the future forever. And I don't know. We'll see what happens. But
it would be funny. The last episode, like the last 10 minutes, they just returned to the 23rd century. Like, just right when they left. Yeah.
She calls up Spock.
Well, I mean, yeah.
You're like, no, you missed.
They haven't really shown an interest in returning, right? Like, I don't think they've.
No.
Yeah. I doubt.
I just feel like, what do you do to end that series, though? I feel like maybe that's just kind of where my brain.
They go to the 58th century.
Oh boy.
Where's that Enterprise J? Are we past the J? I think we are. I can't remember.
I think so. I'm pretty sure we are.
Huh.
Yeah. Pretty sure.
Yeah, we are.
You know why? Because the J had attached nacelles, and that's how you know.
Yeah.
Because I think. Well, I forget what's
attached.
Because Archer was in the 22nd century, and I think he was 100 years. So I think it was the 32nd century. I think.
1,000 years.
So I'm trying to remember what Discovery is at the 33rd century, because I mean they're the 23rd century, so they're further in the future at least than even by a tiny bit.
Yeah. That sounds right. That sounds right. Well, speaking of, thanks for that great segue, Mr. Phillip. This is not your first time. We're going to talk about what would happen, or actually, I guess we'll just write it for them. How would we bring Enterprise back? And Philip kind of joked, is this going to be just Star Trek Archer? Which I guess we could do as well. I have a very specific... my one restriction is I'm going to tell you when this is going to be set. Because...
Tuesday.
It is set on Tuesday. Because we want the ship to have all the things. Because the show essentially came out... What was 2001, right? Was when it was released.
2002? Something like that.
2002, 2001, one of the other. But it went to 2005. It ended in 2005. I know that for a fact. So we're going to say 20 years henceforth, 2025. So we have a year to develop and get this thing off the ground. And we will set it 20 years after the ending of a Star Trek Enterprise. So Star Trek Enterprise...
Okay, so this is literally a revival show, a one-off season with the actors and actresses at their age now. Because it sounds like how you're setting it up.
Yeah.
So this isn't a Star Trek Archer. This is a Frasier.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, technically, it's a Picard.
Morgan Bateson is showing up? Okay.
Well,
you said it, Philip.
But so Star Trek Enterprise ended in 2161, and 20 years from then would be 2181. And now I went through every year between those years to make sure we're not going to be stepping on any cannon toes here. We're not. But we learn in A Mirror Darkly that at this point in Jonathan Archer's career, he will be a Federation councilman. So it's going to be a politician.
So he's not president yet.
He's not yet president, correct? Yep.
I just wanted to open up on his like campaign office,
Yeah.
like it's so 20th century, like it's like
4
this
more
little on
years.
Main Street
Is that a
as
thing?
little Archer for council.
Yeah.
He is 3 years from being president, so we could definitely build
Spoilers.
towards it. Is it my memory, or is this wrong and I just put this in my head somehow? Was he meant to be the first president?
I think that's in your head. I think because it's one of the things that sounds good because you're like, well, he led the treaty, but I think it's just one of those.
Yeah, I had that in my head too, kind of a George Washington vibe of like, you're the first one, and so you're going to be the first president. But I'm also kind of curious, what is the term cycle of a Federation president? Because 4 years seems very little. Like, I'm at least a decade. If you want a standard policy, that's my view.
Wow,
but
goodness,
Archer served as president for 8 years. So we can assume that terms are either 4
or
years
8.
or 8 years, and
he was killed at the 8th year.
Assassinated.
Okay, so let me ask you this then, guys. So because we've
Impeached.
already
Impeached. They don't talk about that part.
Do we want it to be a political type show? Like, do we want, because he will be knee deep. Next
Star Trek's not a political show. I don't know what
No.
No. Darren, I thought you were saying that serious for a second.
No.
Well, I mean, you could say it one of two ways. It's not a political show, as in like West Wing, a political show.
Right.
Then a political show is in tackling.
I mean, we could get West Wing Archer. Like, that's not necessarily a terrible idea, but...
Well, it makes me think of, and it can go whatever direction, but it just makes me think of, which is funny considering what Scott Bakula's current franchise is, but it's kind of like those shows like Jag or like whatever that like in real life are these very office-based lives, like CSI,
Right.
like in the real life, but they're all sexy on TV where they're going on missions and chopping down helicopters. Like that's his life as a Federation Council member. It's not like go to the committee meeting. It's like go charge on a Klingon raid.
So, Federation Council member Archer is going on his campaign, and he pulls out the old NX-01, mothball to be his campaign ship. And it's, I don't know. I mean, if this is the way we're going. But.
It's the shuttle, the shuttle pod 1 is his like little campaign.
That's a little too small, but yeah, I get it.
Well, I was thinking, of course, we're going to have some sort of space adventure. That's fine. But if we want to start...
Daniel, we don't go to space until the end of the first season.
That's right. So bold. Where did you come up with that? If we wanted to start, so what I'm thinking is we have like a buddy character that's like trying to convince him to run for president. And throughout the course of the adventure, he decides, okay, that's like what I want to do. Like maybe he's reluctant and he's hesitant to do it, but maybe this leadership role is sort of thrust upon him based on whatever wackadoo.
The reluctant hero, yeah. Because again, we're envisioning this as a 20th century pilot, which of course is not how you do things. But that's how I like to do it. Because you almost open on his retirement ceremony. Like he's retiring, Admiral Archer is retiring from Starfleet, and so he's going to go, he's served king and country. And he's going to go, to where he's going to go, Daniel? To where he was born in upstate New York. He's going to go there.
Somewhere nebulous in the giant region of upstate New York. Uh-huh.
But I do like, character buddy who we're going to. That's going to be the name.
Technically, I'm just saying, there's no U.S. anymore. Like upstate New York could be a legitimate region name. Like
after World War III, there's just
no, there's New York City and everything.
There's New York City and places where it snows.
Yeah.
But anyway, I could see Buddy comes to Archer log cabin. It's just going to be the Pike all over again. Basically, I'm describing the beginning of Strange New Worlds.
So he's got a big old
exactly 100%. But because then again, this is so cliche. It's like Picard. It's like Strange New Worlds. So you can tell me I'm just being cliche and stop it. But that maybe there is some inciting incident that's like Archer. You need to run for Federation Council. That's where you can make a difference. Blah 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 blah.
Well, you know what it could be, too? It could be, here, perfect, because so before his councilmanship, which he will be midway through when we start, he was ambassador to Andor. And, of course, we know of his relationship with Shran and all the other things he did. So what you do is you set some sort of scenario where there's like a political emergency on Andor, like an assassination or something, some sort of situation where it's like, oh my, if this goes south, it could be civil war or whatever.
Oh, Enar explodes because you never hear about it. So
yeah, I guess we can do that.
Boom, it just gets.
But all those poor Enar. I mean,
have you ever seen one outside of Enterprise? I haven't.
Yes. What do you mean? The one on Strange New Worlds.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. So
he's a refugee.
Okay. Well, let's not have anything explode.
I know.
Quite yet.
Mars, come on. We always explode a planet. Vulcan, come on, Daniel.
So my question is, let's just say that's the situation. Are we going to get? Is Archer going to commission, and then we're going to see the redesigned Enterprise that we didn't get?
Ring ship? Are we getting Ring Ship Enterprise?
No.
Are you telling me Ring Ship Enterprise? Because I'm on board.
The secondary hull. Adding the secondary hull.
The Doug Drexel.
Never saw that.
The SS Enterprise.
Yeah. What's it called? Yeah. The refit, right? That's just what it's called. The refit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never saw that picture in the motion picture in the observation lounge of that one. So,
hang on, Darren's going to grab it, or he's going to 3D print it right
3D
now.
print it real quick. We'll all wait. Yeah, because we can make up our own rules, of course, but I'm almost thinking from a political perspective, how do you run to be Federation Council? And so, I'm just making this up. What if he has to go to different planets and places and to all right, we're getting a picture from Darren. It's the wrong way.
He's got the whole whole thing. I didn't know there was
centerfold, basically.
So this is this year's Ship of the Line calendar, and this was it's a nice 3/4 cutaway of that ship. So it has the secondary section. So basically they add a Warp 7 engine. I think he has 2 warp cores. It has the Warp 5 one. They changed the shuttle bay to come out the back.
Take that out?
I don't know. But it's
his father personally designed that, Daniel.
Warp 5 core and then Warp 7 core. So it can go, what is that? What's the math on that?
It's a Warp 2 core and they added.
Yeah, no.
What is the does it say the year it was commissioned, Darren?
No, it's just the schematic. 10 phaser cannons, 6 torpedo launchers.
Oh, Reed would love this.
Polarized hull plating. But yeah, it's a really cool.
So who's going to be captain of the refit Enterprise?
Good question.
Wait, is Archer still with Hernandez? Are they still going to be together? Hernandez, right? That was her name.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah,
Erica?
Columbia, the Columbia captain.
Now, if we're doing Ship of the Line canon, which I realize may be its own universe, according to Ship, again, which are just pictures, but they have captions, Columbia disappeared. Because there's I remember for 1 year that I got Ship of the Line, it was it shows the Columbia and this sort of covered by sand on this desert, in this desert world, or at least a desert on a world. And it's 24th century shuttles are on it.
Yeah,
where they've discovered the Columbia.
They found it, kind of like Amelia Earhart's plane going missing or something. Yeah. But that doesn't necessarily mean that Hernandez is on that ship.
Yes, you can see on a tree just the word Croatia. Sorry.
I'm curious. I want to see.
Croatan. Sorry, I got that wrong. I should know, from North Carolina.
Not anymore, Philip.
Hi.
Eric. Okay.
Well, I think Go ahead. Because I think obviously we want our Enterprise actors to return. We're not trying to not have anyone return to a job, but I do think there is some fun in what Picard did, which I actually didn't like, but I will not do here, of just having new characters. So Captain of the Enterprise, someone we've never met before, Captain whoever,
right?
And so we either like him or don't.
Idea.
Maybe we don't like them. Maybe it's that whole thing they did with the Titan.
So grumpy captain like Shaw is what you're saying.
Who's you pulled a Ship of the Line off of its duty to run your political campaign, Archer. I could see some tension right there.
And I could also see that the tension of the commander, whether it's a young or an old mad woman, third option, is that they see what's coming. That the Enterprise, and I don't know when this refit in what we're saying in our season when this refit took place. Like, was it now? Was it a year? But anyway, the Enterprise or the NXO line class is not the future of Starfleet. With because I don't know where the alliance is. Oh, well, we're in the Federation, so we're in the Federation now with the sharing of technology, which has to be 100% now. It's no longer this like pull and push up from the Vulcans.
Are like, you get 8% of our knowledge.
Yeah. But I mean, so the new shipbuilding is going to be a new. But I don't know what the next class we're going to make up between Constitution and NX. But that's going to be the new line ship, and so the guy's like, or girl or whoever. Captain of the Enterprise is like, I know this is the end of this ship's career. I'm not here to do anything crazy.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
So, Philip, not only is that the ship of the line referenced here in Memory Alpha, but apparently a book was written that featured the ship and based upon blah, 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 ship's final resting place, where she was discovered intact several days following the events Children of Time in Deep Space Nine by Benjamin Sisko and the crew of the Defiant. So not only they somehow wove it into canon that Sisko was the one that found it, the planet or whatever. But because that's obviously not canon. So I say Erica Hernandez is still captain of the Columbia. The Columbia is just off on a mission or something. She doesn't have to be a major part of the show. But I like the idea that Captain Archer has his buddy. But anyways, okay, yeah. So back to the ship. The ship is captained by some dude, some guy, or lady, or alien.
Yeah.
Are there any crew members still on board the ship, or do we have to collect them all?
Ooh, it could be like. I mean, again, I don't know who your characters, who you got. I don't know you. Who do you want? What Enterprise characters do you want, if any, to immediately show up?
Oh, I don't care. I mean, yeah, I'm good with whatever. However, we want to bring them back together.
Well, to talk about the character in the room, are we so-and-so dead or alive?
Oh, yeah.
We have to say
that was 10 years after, and if we're 20 now, yeah.
Now, look.
Now we could see him in a proto hologram form or something like that. Like, there are not ways we could bring him, or flashbacks.
Flashback is what I was going to say.
Although he's not going to look young. We've done this before, guys. It doesn't necessarily work.
They go back to that Simulacra planet, and they pick up another clone of
wait, was that okay?
Sim.
Not that we're copying Picard, but I'm seeing really similar. Like, how do we this old character that's died and bring him back? It's very Data-esh if we bring another Sim. Yeah, that's a little much, but.
I mean, I do like it.
You grew me back old? Why would you do that?
He doesn't know.
They couldn't now.
Because you have to stop the aging at a certain point, and they couldn't stop it till a certain.
So what happens? This is how we're going to do it, right?
Flock hit the button to stop it. He was playing with his bat. He's like, oh shoot, stop!
The bat just knocked it. Yeah.
We get Trip. We get a Sim body for Trip, and then T'Pol has his Katra because of reasons.
You're stretching, but okay, I'm on board.
God, no, guys, did you know
Katra was stretching? It's okay.
All of that was a stretch, but yes.
Great, now I'm forgetting his real name. What's Trip's real name?
Trip
Charles Tucker III.
Thank you.
Yes.
So I was like, what if no guys, you don't know. Charles had a brother. Did we not tell you? I know he had a sister.
God.
This is his brother that now is
your twin brother.
who is now a political campaign manager. That's how you guys don't know. So it could be like
it's a simple, we see right through it, but it's a way to get the actor back. I mean, you're not wrong.
And like however he looks now, because I don't know, mustache, goatee, beard, like that's just how he looks. He doesn't have to clean up at any, because he's like, gruffled, he's basically playing Toby, Daniel, from what you know.
I get it. All right, well, he's obviously not going to be on the ship then, but maybe...
I was thinking Reed, but I just didn't want to just say stuff.
No, it makes sense. He seems to be a
commander now.
A career guy.
XO.
Right? Yeah, he could be the XO. Why not?
Or he could even be the captain. 20 years, like I could see him being the captain of the NX-01 refit.
Mm-hmm.
Keeps it simple. You know, and you have a little bit of tension because
it's hard to keep. It's hard for him to keep it simple when they added a second warp core to his ship. Then,
well, I'm just saying, like,
no, he captains the second warp core
now. Oh,
and
yeah,
then...
you're the captain of the second half of the ship. Oh, yeah.
We're gonna get this right. Look, this is all brand new, guys. We're gonna figure out how this.
No, but I mean, to pull from Star Trek, like, you know, yeah, Archer hasn't logged, as they say, a single star hour in decades. Like And Reed's like, no, I'm the captain of this ship. Like, yeah, we're on mission for you, but I am the one that's responsible. You are not for this crew.
Because look, I mean, Lieutenant Reed. Well, he was always a dicey character, and if you like him, you like him. But I mean, like he stood up to Archer, even in the series. I mean, he was a little like. Dwight from The Office to a certain extent, but he was sort of by the rules, and if the captain's not playing by the rules, then I'm standing up to the captain. So there was kind of that too, not just being a suck up, which he also was too. But yeah, I mean, I guess he's captain. He's got 20 years. I mean, yeah, I mean, I can see him not being like a bee about it, but I mean, he's going to be his own man.
You would think, too, then, okay, so if that's the case, he's going to be the captain, you would think the two would still be pretty close. Like, this isn't like we haven't talked to each other in years kind of thing.
Maybe.
I would think that as a council member, Archer would travel pretty frequently, and probably pretty frequently by, like, a starship, like by a Federation starship, right? You would think, like, you would be...
Unless the Enterprise has been on a deep space mission.
I suppose it's true. But exploration? No. That's not what we do here.
Yeah, because I mean, I could see as, he presumably, because I think that's a mystery to this, or at least a question that we instinctively ask, is he's a council member, we'll say one term or whatever. How long are council terms? And so, but like the question is like, dude, this is Jonathan Archer. Why isn't he president already? Like, I mean, like, it's that sort of like, what if George Washington was like a freshman congressman? Like, no, we don't do that. And so I think, there is that question of like, why didn't that happen? I mean, you could say it's the whole reluctant thing. He didn't, but like everyone else should be like, dude, he's the man. He helped. I mean, he was there at the signing ceremony. Didn't you see him? I mean, I was in the cheap seats.
Well, it makes me wonder, who is Archer running against? Because I would hate to be that individual, like, but it's got to be an alien from some other planet. I was going to say
Slimy Magoo.
I was thinking, is that who played the principal on Buffy? Because he was an Enterprise as a council member, wasn't he? He played the first principal.
Yeah.
Not Quark. He also
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
He played the first principal. The second principal who turned into a snake. But anyway, he was in the next to the last episode of Enterprise because he played the council member. So if you don't remember, I mean, he's an actor who you would know. But anyway, I didn't know he's still available, and like maybe or it could be someone young. Maybe that's the whole thing. Why vote? Why vote for old man Archer? Right when the new generation of leadership for the new Federation is now available.
Yep.
Like a really young Cybok is going to be running. Yeah, I like that idea. Like, but
because it's also we also are saying, because we don't understand any of this, council member like what, from Earth or from District 12? Like how does this
update New York district?
Yeah, and like is he just North America continent? I mean,
we've seen the council. The council is a room of 12 people, let's say. So
I mean, it seemed pretty big. I mean, because like if you go by Star Trek 6, that was like
that was a big council.
Yeah, no, but all of those people weren't council members.
Were they just audience members?
Yeah, I mean, Cartwright was in the front seat. It was in the front row. He's not a council member. So I think, like, okay,
we put you in the front row, but we do not grant you the rank of council member. This is unfair. It's unjust.
And this is the new council, so we can make up whatever. Because the council's how old at this point? 5 years old, something.
That is a good question, though, because you would think more. It would have to be more than one representative from each each.
There were two. There were two representatives from all the groups. That was the council we saw in Star Trek 6.
Oh, so it's like the Senate. There's
It's
two
kind of the
people
Senate,
per planet.
Okay, all right. But if you have a Senate, then I think Darth Vader can. No.
Council. We call it a council,
Okay, council.
in Star Trek, but it is a Senate.
We will
Okay.
grant it emergency powers after this inciting incident, and then
Well, then, if we're gonna establish these rules, we have to figure out who the other council member from Earth is. Because
does it need a 2/3 majority? Because we have to establish all of this.
On internal methods, but external methods, it's simple.
Filibuster takes how many votes? This is very important. This is going to be episode 3. No,
I was going to say,
no, that's a good question. Because is it someone friendly? Is it someone friendly who's really evil? Is it someone who's a jerk, but who's really turns out to be really nice? Or I don't know. You go lots of ways.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ooh, you know who it could be if you really want to do it, Daniel. Maybe it's Erica Hernandez.
I feel like one captain from the fleet is good. I would think you'd want to diversify.
Well, that could be the argument, because I think you're the council, because again, we're making this up, and it's all pretty new. I mean, in the series, is it Starfleet people from Earth that are in charge? And people are now saying, like, well, maybe it's time to get away from that and elect.
That's true. It
Council.
starts
Civilians.
Yeah, we're not because for 20 years. That means we're 10 years ish into the Federation.
Technically, you'd still be 20 years because the signing was right at the end of.
But that wasn't the Federation. That was a coalition of the planets, which led to the Federation.
But that was a. What confuses me is it was also a time jump, because that event wasn't the 4th year of Enterprise.
No, that would be season 10 of Enterprise.
Okay, yeah. So 10 years after season 4, technically in time is so technically the Federation's only 10 years old. That's what I'm getting at.
So that took place in 2161. The signing of that charter took place in 2161.
Which was 10 years after our events of season 4. I'm not counting the last episode, because that was the time jump.
Right.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is, if we're 20 years out from season 4, the Federation's been around for 10 years.
I was doing 20 years from the signing, not from the episode. I'm doing 20 years from the signing.
I got it now. So the Federation's 20 years old. Got it.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I like what Philip was saying, though.
Yeah.
Is like, Earth years is so racist, But
no, we're still using Earth. It'll take a while. Like, this is not an Earth organization. We're like, okay, really?
No,
Where'd you sign it on? Earth? Well, then.
Yeah, and that could be part of the political spectrum, is that you have, the Federation will always have a tendency towards Starfleet and humans. And so you have to kind of fight that, nepotism, as it were, as a species, so that other people have high-ranking positions and are on the council and are. So I definitely think whoever Archer's running against, it should be an alien, and that's their big platform. They're like, hasn't it been long enough that humans have been running this? Like, they're going for the species level. Like, that's their attack.
See, the problem with that is, like, if you make it about an ideology of like their platform would be diversity, right? Like, that's actually a good goal. You don't want to win against a good goal, essentially.
Daniel, we're doing the Marvel method of where they make total sense, but then they kill, the baby making factory and then we're like, oh, well, they're bad.
Because when you were
that's a good point. You don't want to set them up.
Let's make it an age thing. And I'm like, no, let's not do that, because we don't want the crusty old dude to win, because that's just depressing at this point.
Right.
So we have to make them.
Okay, I'd say that's a piece of the platform, but we dial it back a little bit, because I want them to be set up. Think of like Shaw from some season 3 Picard. Like, they're a sympathetic character, but they're right. But they're counter to our hero, but they're not wrong. And so you want to root for them, but you also want it makes it more complex, which is good. It's good story writing.
because we can't write the season knowing how it ends. Like, in other words, well, of course Archer wins, but we can't write it like that. We have to do like, we don't. He might not win. He might not win, I mean, because
an episode about what are you going to do, Captain, if you don't win? Like, because maybe he's already thought of that because it's never guaranteed. I mean, we know.
Because I can see there's experiences that where he questions. Because if I'm almost imagining, you haven't said this, I'm imagining this is his re-election campaign. So how much more do you have to prove? Like what?
So he's already the president. You're saying he's rerunning?
No, council.
Term. Oh, council. Got it.
Because but you didn't say that, but that's kind of what I imagined when you were saying, because you were saying he'd already done council stuff, but he's running for council again. So I
thought he was running for president in this.
No. He's 3 years out from becoming president.
I mean, we could make that right now if we want to, but I get what you're saying.
My idea was that he would decide to run for president as a result of whatever events that happened.
That's Daniel's series finale.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't make council again, so he's like, okay, I'm going one up.
Well, that's not what the history says. The history says.
Yeah, but like we're doing all the one-shot screen. We can do whatever we want.
That's fine. It's fine if you want to bend. It's fine if you want to bend the rules.
Because we can also do Daniel. We could also steal from Battlestar Galactica, where he loses. Oh, but then the next episode is a voter fraud, and then
well, or you could. It makes me also think of West Wing in the later season, where he wins and he wants his opponent to be his, like, I forget what the position was, but like be on his cabinet. And
Secretary of State.
Secretary of State. And that's the way you could go about. Again, I need to get off the president horse because that's not what we're running right now.
Who votes for council members?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's a good question.
Districts that they represent.
So, Earth would vote for its council member?
Yeah.
That seems like just a really boring election. No, I feel like, I don't know, like president I could see, but
maybe the moon has its own council.
Yeah, but see, in my mind, I'll tell you what. Now, this is my head, which is not. I almost imagine the council elects the president. If I'm going to be honest, in my head,
I was thinking that too. Right? You vote for your council member, and then they would vote the.
That does seem a lot smarter rather than like,
I mean, look, guys,
trillions of sentience in this. How many campaigns? And then everyone would just run.
You're staying up at like 1 a.m. and like we're now waiting for the votes in from Vulcan.
Well, and if you did it that way, though, you would have a lot of people only voting for their own species, and so it makes sense that you have the council vote.
But if you voted
can see a bigger picture.
But if you're voting. Like if you're human and you're on Earth and you're voting for your council member, he's going to be a human.
Sorry, I meant president. I meant if it makes more sense if the councils vote for the president rather than the general populace.
Okay.
But Daniel, when you were saying, because I know you said you didn't want to go in this direction, but when you were kind of talking about the opponent and Earth and aliens, I was thinking in my head, what if the opponent? Now, I mean, look. We don't have to think binary. There could be like 3 opponents. I mean, don't be,
Sure, yeah.
Go outside the U.S. This is how this works in parliamentary systems over here. Because there's like 5 people on the ballot.
Continent, southern peninsula. There's always a peninsula.
Yeah. I mean, like, we got like 6, 7 parties here. But anyway, but I was almost thinking it's an alien who's running, but like he or she or what they is second generation Earth. And so, like, I know you're like, well, that sounds like we want them to win. But I mean, I was just saying, like, that's the whole argument of like, well, what's Earth? Is it humans? I mean, aliens live on Earth, and they have been, So it's not like they have to necessarily be human,
Yeah, that's fine.
He's running
against.
It's got to be.
He's running against Phlox's son. There you go. Who's from San Francisco? There you go. Bam.
His first meeting, he's wearing like a Starfleet Academy like triangle T-shirt, like a straight up T-shirt. Like, he's the kind of person that's like, I'm just gonna seat myself in your culture, but it's more like gift shop level culture.
Is Phlox running around somewhere? Is he in Starfleet Medical? Like, when they get to bump into each other? And
I mean, if it's his son, then yeah, he'd be around.
I mean, it could be his grandson, honestly, because these folks are old.
Well, I just mean we haven't talked about how he's around and what he's up to.
How did Genobulans age? I don't think we've ever. Like, how old is Phlox? Like, I mean, how do we can make this up, but like, how do they work?
Yeah, I can't remember. I don't remember any lines or anything about that.
I think let's just make one of the candidates in the council election his son. It just makes it easy. It gives him a reason to be there. You know, it's like, it's a defiant level reason to be there.
Admiral,
but we'll take
I hope
it.
you won't be offended if I don't vote for you.
Yeah. Good luck with the debate, sir.
Remember, optimism.
Yeah, his son's running on the optimism platform.
Optimism party.
Hard, yeah.
That
The OP.
sounds.
Just the happy face.
If that does not sound creepy at all, yeah, that's not.
Daniel, this is the new federation. These are all no poverty, no, this is happy time. You know,
I wonder.
This is actually really hard to win because it's like, what do we campaign on? Like, there's nothing bad going on. Everyone's just like,
I think it's totally like a student council election. Yeah. I mean, what do really?
It's a popularity thing then, right? That's why Archer has it so easy because everybody knows who he is.
Yeah.
So, Who's going to?
That'd be funny to play with. I'm leaning into the old man.
And long enough that a lot of people don't know who he is or what he did. It's like
because he didn't become president. Like, he didn't. He's not necessarily in the history books per se. I mean, like, because it's the first president of the Federation, that's in the history book. Do you have the person who did this voyage of one starship that led to
his name is on the document, man. I feel like people have got it. He's like John Hancock.
Daniel?
He probably cited the biggest.
He's the what, Thomas Jefferson of the future America?
Well, I mean,
sure.
It depends. Like, Thomas Jefferson didn't sign the Constitution, I mean, like, it's but how many people have signed American stuff that we wouldn't know?
Is he on our money? That's what I need to know.
We don't have any money.
Dang it!
So,
I don't know how to vote.
If you go to Starfleet Academy, there will be Archer Gymnasium or something there that'll be named after
Not
him.
a lot to go off of, but sure, yeah.
I mean, sure, there's Archer Elementary.
You're voting for him for
Well,
council?
why are we retconning? He's already a council member.
No, you're
he's,
right.
He's already entrenched into this world. He exists.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Name your congressman, Daniel. Like, I'm saying, because I think there's again, we don't have to like beat it over the head, but I think there's a thread about that, about him not trying for president. Now, we can invent reasons why. Either he didn't want to, or he thought it was better someone else did it, or he was done with life and wanted to give other people a try. There's a million reasons why. But I think there's a thread about him missing, quote unquote, the chance that now things may have kind of gone by. Has Archer's time gone by? Would be my theme that I would
Sure,
on our whiteboard.
Or yeah, and you could do like everybody told him to run when this all first went down, and he decided against it for whatever reason, and now it's like, we need you because of this political situation that's happening, and you're the only one that has the leadership ability to see us through. Blah 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 blah.
No, I like that. It gives me. I mean, because we're drawing lots of parallels from American history. But it's like George Washington didn't want to be king and became president. It's like Archer was like, oh, I'm not going to become president. I'm just going to be a council member. Same kind of juxtaposition where I'm not taking the position you wanted me to do. Obviously, different connotations between king and president. But yeah, everyone's like, yeah, dude, like, what, you should have been president. Like, but I don't know why you just wanted to be council member. Joint council member.
I don't know if we want intrigue. I don't know if this is this kind of show, but it'd be interesting, perhaps, potentially, if there was, because if we're saying that the council votes for the president, and we've made that up, maybe there is, other than Vulcan and Andoria, maybe there was like people who didn't want Archer to be president for whatever reason. But that's sort of either we knew that,
sure,
or he
saved
knew that,
us from
or
the sphere builders. But what has he done for me personally?
Because, like, I don't know, the Tellarites maybe have something against him. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, sure. Okay, I'm down with that. I was just going to say something else about.
Well, I mean, I was just going to say because we're slowly starting to run out of time. How are other characters showing up? Because Archer's in the show. Got it, guys. We got it.
We got Reed. We squeezed in Reed, Captain Reed.
Yeah,
we have
Reed.
Phlox as father of candidate.
Yeah. Hey, I'm all for it. It's like the last 10 minutes of our assignment. We're like, okay, father.
Asterisk on Trip.
Right.
We'll figure it out.
Okay.
We'll figure it out.
He might come back. We'll see.
Ghost hallucination. Will Daniel Jackson
Character
him?
TBD. Yeah.
T'Pol is a...
Wait. Hold on. Actually, how does he look like in alien makeup?
Wait, what?
Ooh.
Can we bring him back as someone else?
Back, but he's someone else.
Oh, yeah. You know what?
Tellurite, Andorian, Vulcan. Well, not Vulcan. Vulcan's too easy, but something where you'd really disappear a little bit.
You look a lot like
Wait a minute! Oh my God! It's T'Pol and Trip's son. Ah!
It's Trip.
No.
Oh my goodness!
But he's like, it's not Trip, it's Quad. It's like the best and the worst idea at the same time. Oh
so
man!
let's just say she is a council member for Vulcan. Yay, nay? That way they are in the same circles.
For T'Pol, yeah, it makes sense. Or an ambassador.
I have a
say
question.
Ambassador works.
Did
Does
she
it the same thing? Who knows?
Well, evidently not. If he's with, but and this is, I mean, a quick. I know, so 5 seconds. But like, did T'Pol return to Vulcan or did she go to Earth?
Oh, at the end.
Like, where do you
I
think
don't know.
her pull end up being?
Oh, I think
like-
she's all Vulcan.
Vulcan. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you think Vulcans accepted her?
Yeah.
Well, it's like Sarek. It's pre-Sarek of she lives on Vulcan, but she's married to a human.
Maybe she's vice president of Vulcan. I don't know. I'm making things up.
She's the secretary of Vulcan. She don't let her go very high in the chain.
Foreign minister. Well, like they can't because they're federation, so they're the same word. You know.
Oh,
It's
man,
foreign
you know
minister,
what?
not ambassador. It's all the same. It's what sounds like.
That's actually a really good angle. We could. This is going too far into it, but I just want to bring it. But like, there could be like headbutting against the civilian government. Like, let's just say like the president of Earth is like getting really upset that all of these decisions are being made by the Federation Council, which is not obviously based on Earth. So anyway, it's not important. I was just thinking that like somebody would be like yelling at Archer about something, and
I also just had a flash. This is totally random, and we can substitute someone besides T'Pol, another Enterprise character of like the first commandant of Starfleet Academy.
Let's put Hoshi at the Academy.
There you go. Boom.
I think that makes more sense than T'Pol.
Who's trying to put together
and
all this.
And it's an Earth-based scenario. She doesn't have to go into space. She can be here on Earth.
San Francisco.
She's good. But yeah, I think that totally makes sense. I could totally see her that. And she always kind of had a teaching-ish vibe about her.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what we started doing, right? When we first saw her.
That's
we
true.
have to look up her biography. She's still alive. I forget.
Yes.
Yeah, whatever.
Yes is the answer to that.
I'm pretty sure.
Anyway.
Travis Boomer.
He's
in space.
He's still flying the Enterprise. So.
Or did he retire and take over the family?
Yes, that makes sense.
The ship run.
But I think this is 20 years later with the Federation. I mean, we were pushing it pre-Federation. I think almost the cargo ships are probably dying at this point.
Well, I was thinking
that's going to be
you could have like a conflict of interest story here where he's come to Archer for like a favor, like sign with our company or like contract out to us or whatever, give us all this business, this Federation business, and
business money is that
what
even
I mean?
a thing?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You'd have to wiggle that somehow.
On the positive, because Star Trek's supposed to be positive, you could have him. He's the reluctant son that returned to run the business, and he's the one who revamped their business in, hey, it's a Warp 7 world. We have to totally change our model because it's not the long 2-year trek to wherever now. We get there in a week, and so we have to change how we do things.
I want to see the modern version of the Botany Bay, because they repurposed it in TOS as just a regular cargo character,
right,
carrier. But I do want to see what's the modern version of that little.
He
that
cranks
ship.
out the Botany Bays. It's his signature.
DY. I
ship.
forget what it was called. DY 500 or something like that. Anyway.
All right. Anything else? Any other characters or elements that
Are we
would
forgetting
like
I feel like we've
anybody?
forgotten someone.
We probably
sure.
have. Got the
Hoshi,
Doctor,
Travis, Doctor,
Paul.
Phlox.
Oh, you know who we forgot?
The dog died. Come on.
Well, he still has a new dog. He definitely would have another dog. And
Porthos the Fifth.
I know. What is The Simpsons? Snowball 5? I mean, come on.
Listen, he's not going to be a fake dog fan like Picard and leave the dog behind on the first
one episode
day of the adventure and then never talk to it again. He's still got beagles and he loves them, and I love him for it. So there we go. That's what's going to win him the election.
Can Archer be wearing like his favorite polo team T-shirt first time we see him?
Sure.
It's really faded. It's like 20 years old. It's like, sir, we just make another one, sir. It's like, no.
What school did he go to? Because like I know he was watching
North
college.
Peninsula High, or
yeah, upstate
New York General High School.
Because he was watching like the Stanford, like he's watching college polo, if I remember, because it was the Stanford and something.
Yeah, well, I think he spent most of his time growing up in San Francisco, so he would be a California person. I think I'm pretty sure this is how it goes. But
such a betrayal.
Yeah, you're telling me. All right. Well, I am sure we'll come back to Enterprise Season 5 at some point. But there you go, Paramount. There's some good ideas for you on the drawing board.
A very strong, reliable, vibrant company that's looking for new ways to spend money. So
I know for a fact out of all of the ideas that we just threw out for them, they would definitely latch on to the clone trip idea and bring him back, because it was by far the dumbest that we came up with. But that's okay.
It's like, well, thank God we backdoor piloted that similitude episode. The character we killed in the back.
All right, so Philip, if people wanted to vote for you for Federation Council member, how would they get a hold of you?
They can cast all 15 of their votes. I assume that's how it works on Instagram at CAPTSFUFP.
And Darren, if people wanted to know your campaign slogan.
It's called Assassinate the Competition. They can go to drsci-fi.com. You got SCIFI.
That sounds real wharfy. Death of the opposition. And if they can find me at OneUpDan, that's the number one, not the word. That's it for this week. I'm Daniel Prue.
I'm Philip Gilfus.
And I'm Darren Moser.
Stranded here on SETI Alpha 3.